Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, sorry I didn't post yesterday. I was having some personal issues with my depression acting up. It wasn't a good day for me. But anyway, I'm back. I'm here. I'm talking about E3 Nintendo press conference because it just went down and there's a lot I want to cover here. I have major complaints, but I'll save that till the end. There was some cool things that went down, stuff we haven't seen in years. They finally showed us a little bit of Breath of the Wild 2 some more, so I'm super ecstatic that I got to see a little bit more of what's going on with the story. I'm just like grasping at straws because I want it so bad. But I was texting with my friend down here about what was going on because he has kids and he can't necessarily watch it all the time when it's shooting live. But let's get down into the nitty gritty of it. First thing I want to talk about, I'm super ecstatic because they finally are going to port Life is Strange over to Switch and they are doing a new one, and I'm ecstatic about that. The only thing I have to say here is don't give us the hard copy and then make us pay $5 in the DLC store for each one of the new episodes. That is the most irritating thing that I have as far as complaints of lens flare. Sorry about that. When it comes to that game, because honestly, one of the best stories, one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Definitely solid game. But, you know, just don't charge us that paywall. Just give us the goodness. That's all we want. Um, okay, so, and I also saw him do like an anime thing with the Life is Strange in it for a minute, and I'm like, is there gonna be Life is Strange anime? Because I'd 100% watch that. Don't care. Please. I don't care who's doing it. Just do it. Just do it. Like the full expanded story on Chloe, Max, all of them. Like I will watch it religiously. Um so quick mention, they're doing a Guardians of the Galaxy game that looks pretty dope. But super hyped because they finally talked about a new Metroid. And it has been so long since they've done anything with Metroid, and I am such a fan. I have loved Metroid since the NES days. Like, one of the first games I ever played, and now this one looks like they're kind of going back to the Prime look. It's a little more like what was that one on Wii where it had the weird switching camera angles and it was like sideways side scroller sometimes, and then sometimes they like get up in your face and like bash you, and it would be like from like a shoulder perspective or something like that. So the camera play is really interesting as far as what they're doing with that. But I am all over it. New Metroid, and it looks dark and gritty. I can't wait. Um, oh, another big one. I know this isn't super big on the American market yet, and not a lot of American people play it because, let's face it, it's a hard game. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for anybody, but Shin Megami Tensei 5, I'm all over it. Um, my friend Donovan has been trying to get me into it, and every time I play it, I just get whooped and I get everything handed to me. Um, I know the game is extremely difficult and there's a huge learning curve to even get to the end. Oh, excuse me, coffee burp. But this one looks good. This one looks like they fused a lot of the different SMT games kind of into one, and they're doing some open world stuff with it, which that is interesting. I like the fact that Nintendo is doing these, expanding open world things finally with their games. Pokemon Arceus, the new one that's coming out, it looks dope. The fact that you're actually going to be out in the wild hunting your Pokemon instead of, doing the typical go catch come back scenario, I love it. And I don't care if that's an unpopular opinion, and everybody likes turn-based. I'm real sick of turn-based when it comes to Pokemon, and I feel that it needs some kind of new life, because doing the same Pokemon over and over and over again is boring. They didn't even really expand how it worked with Go, so seeing them go into an open world aspect finally after years, or that's what it looks like. It looks very open world, at least if you've seen the trailer. So that's what I think they need to do, because, it's far more realistic. You wouldn't be out in the wild waiting for your Pokemon to stop when you're in the mid fight, and you guys just wouldn't be taking turns switching off. It's just unrealistic. So, regardless of whether that's an unpopular opinion or not, that's how I feel. Um, I already played them all when they came over the first time, but they are porting Danganronpa to the Switch. So, any of you who aren't familiar with Danganronpa, think basically like the movie series Saw mixed with Japanese high school anime, and you have Danganronpa. I mean, it's a lot more elaborate than that. Like, basically, this person's running the game. I won't spoil it too much, but basically, someone has to die every 24 hours, or everybody else dies, and they have to figure out the culprit. So it's kind of like Clue, sort of, I guess. That's the closest thing that I can compare it to. Next thing I am super ecstatic about is they're doing another Fatal Frame. Maiden of the Black Water looks absolutely sick. I have loved Fatal Frame for days. I am still, after 20 years, or however long it's been that I've been searching for the Fatal Frame series, still have yet to get my hands on an actual copy. I have a running PS2, I could play it, but I have never actually physically sat down and played it, and it upsets me that I haven't. Like, I have Legends of Dragoon, but no matter how much I hunt, I can't come up with Fatal Frame. Or Rule Rose, or any of the really hard to find ones that I've been searching years for, and it's absolutely infuriating. Um, I am excited they're bringing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 to Switch. Super dope. I love the concept of having that portable. Um, oh, the Game and Watch. If you were watching live, the Game and Watch that they're doing for the 35th Zelda anniversary is lit, and I want one. Absolutely want one. The clock, everything on it is absolutely dope. Um, Last but not least, uh, two things. They talk some more about Breath of the Wild, and I want to know what's going on with Link's arm, dude. There's some weird thing either wrapped around his arm, or his arm has changed. Something's going on with his, like, stasis powers and everything else that he got in the first Breath of the Wild. And I am super curious to see where they take the story with this. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait at all. Like, I want it in my hands now, Nintendo. I have it right here. Like, I am such a big fan. My friend actually took the cards back, but he somehow hunted down some of the amiibo cards for Animal Crossing. I have gone to that extent of importing Japanese characters into my Animal Crossing. Like, I don't know. I'm loving certain things that Nintendo is doing, and then I'm really starting to dislike certain other things. Um, you know, the fact that they're bringing back all the old series that we love from the 90s, and they're expanding the story even more, Breath of the Wild, Metroid, uh, yeah, the new Metroid. I forget the title. I don't know why. My brain's slipping right now because I'm too excited. But all that is well and good. Like, but, you know, I'm just going to say it. You know, we knew this was going to happen, and you did exactly what we thought you were going to do. You hyped everything else up, and you said not a word about Animal Crossing. I am extremely displeased with this. If I was not such a veteran player and a fan since the GameCube days of even playing Animal Crossing, I would be sorely upset right now. Like, even more so than I already am, because, the fact that I went out and I bought my Switch exclusively for the fact that Animal Crossing was coming back. That and Breath of the Wild was all I literally cared about. I could care less about how many freaking characters got poured into Smash. I don't care. Unpopular opinion, but I don't care one bit about Smash anymore. You kind of oversaturated it. Just gonna say it. But, considering Animal Crossing is the second highest game that Nintendo has ever made as a franchise, and, they dip out a couple months before E3, and then they decide not to even say anything about Animal Crossing at the end. Come on, guys. How many times do we have to really point this out to you? Like, I get the concept of us getting angry probably isn't making you happy. Or data mining, whatever, however you want to get angry, whatever thing you want to get angry at that we're doing. But some simple clarity would make us not be so angry. And we've been asking for months for Brewster, and now you don't so much as drop anything about Animal Crossing at E3. Like, I'm on various discussion boards about Animal Crossing New Horizons, and pretty much the pan across the board is that this is exactly what was going to happen with Nintendo, and they did exactly what everybody predicted. I can't really say anything else. As to when updates are going to come for it, I don't know. But I wanted to jump in on the topic while it was hot, so I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Feel free to leave comments down below. Take it easy. I'll have more stuff up soon.